Hello, and welcome to Outplay the Meeples. Tonight, an unboxing. Terra Mystica, a game by Helge Ostertag and Jens Droegmuller. Something along those lines.
Yes.
Sorry, I apologize up front. Published by Z-Man Games. Plays in about 30 minutes per player. 2 to 5 players, ages 14 and above.
So again, you have to explain to me, what does a 30 minutes per person mean?
So in this particular case, if you were to have 2 people play, it's an hour. If you were to have 5 people play, it'd be 150 minutes. So
Does that
2
mean
hours and 10 minutes.
Each person's turn takes them a half an hour to do their...
No, over the entire course of the game,
Okay.
it's going to take that amount of time, approximately.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's just an alien concept to me.
Yeah,
So I have to actually play it to understand why.
I believe what they're trying to do is not push people off on, my goodness, that's a 150-minute game.
Oh,
You know. On the other hand, if they were to say that it only takes an hour and you have 4 people, which would really take
15.
2 hours,
Yeah.
you know, then they've, you know, kind of deceived people.
Yeah,
you
they
know, this way they're
mislead you a little bit.
yeah, but you know they don't want to say 30 minutes to 2.5 hours, because that's too big.
That's too big of a
Although it's
variable.
not a single player anyway, so it'd be an hour to 2.5 is what it would really be. So
Gotcha.
it's common for them to put so many per player.
Right.
And some people go a little bit faster, some people go a little slower. Analysis paralysis would cause it to drone on for a while.
Is this one of those where you have to...
It can be. I mean, I think any game can be.
That's true. Yeah.
But, once you get into it and you start playing it, I have played this game. It was a friend's copy at work, and I really enjoyed it. That's why I bought it. So
Cool.
why don't we get into it?
Open it up. I'm curious to see what's all involved with it.
And it's another heavy game.
Oh, yeah,
Heavy
it looks complex.
weight-wise. I want to zoom out.
Yes.
Hey, we got
More and more bags.
All right.
With a whole bunch
And
of pieces.
a bag
oh my god.
of really nice components.
And these pieces already have bags.
Yes.
Bags within bags within bags.
And then, of course, there are rule books in, I believe this might be French. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is in French.
Oh, cool. So separate rule books then.
And this one is in English.
These are all wooden pieces too.
Yep. Fairly decent size, 20 pages of rules.
Yeah.
And I think the bags are, because we've got some punch outs here.
Punch outs, yeah. I was say, because even all these little wooden pieces, they are all within what they are.
Sure.
So I mean, got your little meeples, got your squares, big squares, little
4,
discs,
5,
little
6.
sticks, those look like building pieces, I think. More little cylinders, and more, oh, these are buildings. They look like little houses kind of thing.
Sure.
Wow.
Okay. So I was looking at the thickness of the cardboard, and it's fairly decent. I mean, I've seen better, but I've seen a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
these are the player tableaus. There should be 5 of those, 1 in each color. Actually, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7. So you could play 5 players, but 2 of the colors just don't get used.
Right.
So they must have special abilities.
All
And
kinds
then
of
there's
resources.
a scoring sheet.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
all kinds of resources, and then the actual game board itself.
So did I say that I think there was six-piece places of tokens to punch out, and that's what the extra bags are for. I'm not sure what the big meeple is for. Probably first player token or something.
I don't know.
Just didn't use it when I played it. Yep, that's starting player.
Yeah. Yeah, one starting player token. This reminds me of, well, just from the board setup, it kind of reminds me of the Settlers of Catan.
Okay.
Because it's with the hexagons, as the player spaces,
Sure.
with the resources you can tell. I mean, water, farmlands, mountains, and swamps. It looks like. Then you got your rivers.
Right.
So yeah, all kinds of another. It seems like another resource management type of game.
So here again on setup, they have a nice page that goes through to say where everything goes.
Oh, okay. For a quick summary of the game, it says Terra Mystica is a strategy game with a simple game principle and very little luck involved. You govern one of 14 factions trying to transform the landscape on the game board in your favor in order to build your structures. On the one hand, proximity to other players limits your options for further expansion. On the other hand, though, it provides some benefits during the game. This conflict is the source of Terra Mystica's appeal.
Oh,
Wow.
they're double-sided. That's right. So you could have sorcerers and witches, or
Oh no, that's French.
whatever, and right. But I'm just saying that
They're different people.
double-sided. Yeah. So each faction,
Oh.
even though I said there was 7, there's actually 14.
It even says 14 factions. Never
Right.
mind, not French then. It's just
But only 5 play at any one time.
wow.
Because you can't obviously have this guy and this guy play at the same time.
Right.
So you can't have mermaids and swarmlings.
Yeah. Well, never mind. The names are in. That's what I was reading out. They're in French and up
Right,
the names.
yeah.
So nomads and nomades, I guess, and Fokker.
But nice, really nice wooden pieces.
Yeah. Swarmlings,
Several bags of them.
mermaids. So you got like the water types, then the desert types. That's what it is. And then the grass, the green, the grass types, the rock types, dwarves and engineers, chaos, and then magic types with the giants and the magicians.
Halflings and
Wow. Halflings and cultists.
alchemists and darklings.
Yeah, so it's like each player has a specific theme or motif to their style.
Sure.
That's really cool.
And the scoring goes up to 100 plus around the
Wow.
outside.
Yeah. Wow, this looks
So-
crazy.
As I say, it's not a heavy game, but I mean, it's got some depth and some thought to it.
Yeah,
So-
it seems like it.
This was the predecessor to the Gaia project, which I have, but we've not been able to get that out to the table yet either.
Yeah,
So,
especially when it says 30 minutes a person.
right.
I can tell this will take some time for you to. You got to plan out your move, make sure you get it right, and then other people will counter it or do something else.
Yeah, but I think your move only takes like maybe 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes each
Right.
turn.
But yeah, but
You
it
know.
says the whole,
Right.
the culmination of your time.
Yes. And then I do know that there are some tokens over here. Let me get to them. That they are right here. So one of the objects of the game is that these are available to you. Normally they'll be turned upside down, saying that they're not available. And I believe during the gameplay you choose one, and that becomes a special ability to you.
Yeah.
And then at the end of your turn or round, I'm not sure which one it is, that you put this back and you can't get that same one, you have to take one of the others. and that allows for somebody else to take that one.
Right.
You know, and it just keeps passing around.
Wow, that's cool.
So replayability, you know, with that.
Yeah, and also because when it was saying that you simply transform these landscapes, so you have to just try to transform as many as you can into your race's landscape type.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you know the mermaids and the swirlings want to try and get the water, or they'll probably start on the water tiles and try to go around. And
Okay.
same thing like that with the sand or the mountain people, all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Now here are some of the coins for money that's being used, 1s, 2s, and 5s. I mean, they're decent cardboard, but I mean, I prefer metal coins, you know. So most likely in this, we'll probably use our iron clay poker chips or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Although Meeple Source probably does have an upgrade for these to change them to metal coins. I don't know what it is, but when you start playing with, you know, things that have more substantial weight to them, it just gives it a better feel when you play the game, you know.
Also, I think your
So-
mind would start assigning more value to them,
Right.
so they're more important to you almost.
Yep. So,
That's really cool, though. I've never seen a game that had metal coins in it.
my deluxe edition of Small World has it.
Oh,
There's a couple of others, none that come to mind. Well, some of the Dominions, there's some metal coins in those as well. So that's good. And, I mean, there's a plethora if you wanted to go to Meeple Source and take a look. They've got upgrades for almost any and every game, and they're always adding more.
that's cool.
So,
That's really cool.
okay.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts? Would you like to play it?
I would love to play it. I like these more strategy games where you working with people around you is going to affect how well or if you will win or not.
Sure. Yep.
So it's a cooperative at the same time being competitive.
Okay. Well, until next time, 7 p.m. Do you know where your meeples are?